To make a flower, inflate a pink balloon, leaving a margin of about 4 inches. We will start with the petals. To do that, we will make a series of small loops of about 2.5 inches wide. Start with the first one. Lock twist it at the base, making sure that the knot goes through and is locked on the other side. Then make a second loop, identical in size, and lock twist it at its base. This will be followed by a third loop, still with the same size, but to make it easier this time, instead of doing a classic lock twist, we will simply slide the fold at the base of the last segment of balloon in between the petals and have it rotate a few times through them. And from now on, this is the technique we will use to block each new petal. The fourth loop for the fourth petal. Now, to avoid unnecessary frictions, make sure when you slide the fold of the last segment of balloon through the center of the petals, to have the last segment of balloon rotate on itself instead of just pushing it through. This rotating movement will greatly reduce the friction. And again, another loop for another petal. Make as many loops as you can in order to have as many petals as possible. Because the more petals you have, and the prettier your flower will be. It looks like I'm going to be able to have 7 petals. So this is really great. If your flower only has 5 petals, that would already be very nice. If it has 6 petals, that will be even better. But if you have enough balloon to make 7 petals, then that will be the best. Let's rearrange the petals side by side. Okay, now we need to cut the excess of balloon. I'll teach you a little trick. Don't ever try to pierce a balloon with your scissors when it is fully inflated. No, no, no. Instead, pinch the tip of that balloon to push the air pressure toward its base. And once the air pressure is drastically reduced at the tip of the balloon, you can easily then pierce it with your scissors without bursting the whole thing. If some petals are a bit shorter, you can pull them out of the center a little bit, while if some petals are a bit too long, you can push them toward the center a little bit. That way, it will be less noticeable. Okay, the petals are done. We can now work on a stem. To do that, take a green balloon and inflate it, leaving a margin of about 3.5 inches. Start with a tulip twist of about 1 inch wide. Ensure that the knot is well secured on the other side of the tulip twist and rotate it a few extra turns just to be sure. Now take back the petals with your holding hand. Enlarge the space between 2 petals so that you can slide the fold of your tulip twist in between. The tulip twist should be on one side of the petals, while the rest of the green balloon should be on the other side of the petals. You'll have to do it in a few successive motions. Here, I use rotating motions to advance the rest of the green balloons toward the center of the petals. And here, I come back to the tulip twist on the other side of the petals and use small, gentle motions to position it perfectly in the center. Now, take the green balloon and make a small bubble of about 3/4 of an inch wide, followed by another bubble of about 1 inch wide, which you will transform into a pinch twist. Compress the green balloon slightly between your two hands to lower the air pressure at that spot. There should now be very little margin at the end of your balloon. You will now make a zigzag with the last segment of your green balloon. Now, this is very important. Ensure that your two hands are well positioned in the middle of the second segment of the zigzag. Then, move away your twisting hand so that the zigzag is entirely in your holding hand. At this stage, you should have the petals and one loop on one side, and another loop and the extremity of the green balloon on the other side. Now, with your twisting hand, take hold of the last loop and the last segment of green balloon together and lock twist them at their base. And in this one single movement, you have just made the two leaves and the stem of your flower. Compress the last segment of balloon to ensure the air is reaching all the way at the end, and curve it in a form of a slight S to make it look more natural. Then, enlarge the loops a little bit to strengthen the attachment between the leaves and the stem. And if you want, you can also give a slight curve to the top part of the stem. Et voilà! This is how you can make a very beautiful balloon flower.